So, folks, Tommy Robinson is jailed for 18 months. Now, he said he was going to be. I don't know why. I mean, I've not followed the case greatly, but I felt he might not have been, and not for that length of time. But yeah, he's been jailed today for 18 months, all done very, very quickly. I've got some further thoughts on Tommy, on the protest over the weekend, again on the BBC's lack of coverage, as in none whatsoever, and really more than that, some thoughts on the people that turned up for the protest on Saturday. Now, I'm somebody, folks, that's gone from being very much on the fence with Tommy Robinson because I didn't know him, didn't know a lot about him. I seen a documentary a while ago on him on YouTube, or an interview with him, and I thought, wait a minute, maybe this isn't the guy that the media's portraying, that we've been force-fed to believe, though I wasn't sure. And then I seen another couple of things following that. Then I did a quick 2 or 3 minute video. I think it was 2 or 3 minutes. And I got a lot of positivity back, and a lot of supporters of Tommy sort of came on to the channel in the comment section. Then I did a slightly longer one, and I've done a video about him, I think last Thursday or Friday, which has been watched for a channel of my size pretty well. It's had a good viewing and lots of response, which is good to see. But before I go through my thoughts on today and the protests on Saturday, just let me tell you this, folks. I am not for 1 minute doing any videos on Tommy Robinson to get more subscribers. I gained more, 20 more came on board over it, and I appreciate it greatly. If you want to stay with the channel, fantastic, you're more than welcome, I'd love you to. But you need to know, I am not far right, far left, far anything else. I've very much gotten off the fence recently. I'm probably pretty much in the Tommy Robinson camp until I see something that turns me away from things. From what I've seen, from what I've read, I do believe he's not a racist. If I find that he is, then it'll turn me away from him. I do believe he cares about all those young kiddies that have been groomed over the last 10 or 15 years throughout GB, and I admire him for that and admire him for standing up. So as I say, until I see something that really puts me off him, I'm not going to be put off him. But you need to know this channel, folks, isn't about politics and Tommy Robinson and whatever else. It's about loads of things. I do loads of stuff to do with sport, particularly a large amount to do with horse racing. I do loads to do with showbiz, which is just cotton candy, really. It's nothing special, it's nothing important. And lots of things I do won't be for anybody. But I also tackle very serious issues. I tackle things like racism, sexism, that's everything, gender, the whole shooting match. I don't like the way the country's going, where we're being told we've got to do this, we've got to do this, we've got to do this, we can't do that or that, we might offend him or her or this or that. The whole thing annoys me, and I do a lot of serious stuff, and you'll normally find, probably because of me age and the time I grew up, I'm very much for, or not for, change. I don't mind change when I'm a part of wanting change, and I want that change. I don't want things to be rammed down my throat. I mean, it's like this new thing with smacking again, on about it today. I've got no problem with parents bringing kiddies up and not smacking them. But at the same time, I've got no problem with parents bringing kiddies up and smacking them if they really believe they need it. I don't mean beating them up. I don't mean doing what happened to that young girl Sarah happened the other week, where the parent and uncle and whatever else were actually torturing her as well as beating her up and actually killed her. I don't mean that at all. But if a parent feels that they need to smack a child, that's up to the parent, in my eyes. Many won't agree, but in my eyes, that's how I see things. As I say, folks, I say things as I see them. But I'm not doing things on Tommy Robinson just to get subscribers, please know that. If any of you have come on board after watching that, you might not see this because YouTube works, it might not push this to you. But if you've come on board based on anything I've done about Tommy in the past, I want you to know this. This isn't a channel about politics and about Tommy and whatever else. I just give my opinion of what I see in the news each and every day. And to that end, what I'm saying about Tommy is this, because this is what I want to get to. There's a protest there on Saturday. I'm amazed that I see the BBC News and there's no coverage whatsoever. I can't believe it. I believe it's been covered on ITV, but I didn't see it. Somebody tells me in the late news on the Beeb, it still wasn't covered. Now, as some have said in the comment section, it's not covered because there was only 4 arrests and it went off really, really, really well. Had there been 200 arrests, well, I'm saying this now, 200 arrests and lots of fighting, they'd have covered it, don't worry about that. because they're against the guy. There's no doubt about that. I know about that from what I've read about the Panorama scandal, the scandal that wasn't, or the scandal that was that he found out about. But I look at the protest and I think to myself, I'm seeing that protest in London there. There's thousands there. There's thousands. Every single protest, like your pro-Palestinians and the like, is covered. Every single one. The Tommy Robinson one wasn't. I look at virtually every single protest with the pro-Palestinian, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds protesting behind masks. Hundreds of them. Now, it's mainly people of the same colour. What are they hiding from? Why are they hiding? Why have they got to hide? They're protesting about their own people and in the country far off, which I'm fine, I've got no problem with people protesting. Why do they need to hide? And they also often become much more aggressive as the day wears on. There was nothing in the Saturday protest, the Tommy Robinson one that I seen, that was aggressive. And what I see, which really, really I found striking, it only hit me yesterday, was firstly there's people of all ages in the protest with Tommy. Of all ages. There's people in the late teens and early 20s all the way up to the 70s. There's loads and loads of males there, of course there is. But there's loads of women. Loads of all ages. And I noticed in the comment section on my channel, there was, say, 10 new messages when I got this morning from people regarding the Tommy Robinson video. And of the 10, I think about 6 or 7 of them were women. And I'm thinking, hold up a minute. There's probably more women here than fellas commenting. And I'm thinking, unless they're on made-up profiles, and I've no reason to think that they are, I'm thinking, well, there's women here of all ages backing the guy. Now, at the end of the day, you're not going to get, I wouldn't believe, loads and loads and loads of women backing somebody that they thought was totally false and with that a racist. I think there's a massive, massive, massive groundswell of people out there now that are seeing or weren't seeing the wood for the trees, that now probably are, and are probably seeing what I'm starting to see. I mean, if the fella really isn't racist, if he's been really standing up for those that have been abused over the years, those young children that have been groomed, what's there not to like about the fella? You know, again, I might be wrong. I mean, this is what I'm seeing now. My opinion could change in 2 weeks. It won't change just to get subscribers or change to please people. It won't change for that at all. But at the end of the day, I'm not seeing a lot wrong out there. What I am seeing wrong is at the hands of the Beeb. There's a massive protest, as I say, in London, and they don't cover it. That just seems to me totally wrong. I'm sure tonight on the Beeb, and we'll see, because what we're on about 2 or 3 o'clock now, at 6 p.m. tonight, do you think the Beeb will mention the fact that Tommy Robinson has been jailed for 18 months? I think they will. I think they will. Let's see if they do. They didn't mention the protest on Saturday at all. Thousands and thousands on the streets of the capital, no mention. One person tonight jailed for 18 months. He was expected to be jailed anyway, so it's not really news. But will it make BBC News tonight? I bet it does. Let's see. Let's see. Are they as biased as people are saying they are, and as I am now thinking they are? Let's see. We'll know a little bit more later, won't we? But no, I was really struck by the fact that there's nobody wearing masks. There's people of all ages on Saturday, and there's loads and loads of women there. You know, and I didn't see them from the pictures I've seen doing anything offensive whatsoever. I really didn't. Yeah, there's lots of flags there. There's Union Jacks and there's the George Cross. But at the end of the day, people are allowed to be patriotic if they want to. I've got nothing against a Scot, an Irishman, a Welsh person. I've got nothing. You know, I don't mind people from other countries that now live in this country, you know, pushing their own beliefs, not so much their beliefs, but being proud of where they came from. I don't mind that at all. They have their own ways. I don't mind everybody having their own ways. But if an Englishman wants, or a British person wants to show a flag of any kind, I've got no problem with that. Many seem to have, but I'm not so sure why they should have. It's all very strange, isn't it? Anyway, let's see the Beeb tonight. Let's see if there's anything about Tommy Robinson tonight at 6 p.m. I think there will be.